Alrighty, everybody, here we go. Welcome to the stream and happy Monday this morning here. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thanks for joining up, George. I'm Fierce, Iranical, Jamie, and Vicky. Thank you all very, very much, of course, for joining up this morning. Of course, I always appreciate it. But yeah, seriously, we're having a fairly good morning. I mean, obviously, right now that the market opened, the SPY is starting to pull back down a little bit, but we did kind of gap up this morning, so I'm not too surprised to see a little pullback, but overall, that was pretty cool to see that gap happened there on the chart. I thought maybe we would see some better upwards movement with that happening. I also noticed today that we have RDBX or Redbox already up 5%, and this stock is starting to really run up today. You can see the green candle is actually getting pretty overextended up to around like 323. I think that actually looks pretty solid there, so be on the lookout for Redbox. It looks like it does have some momentum, at least compared to at least some other stocks in the market today. But yeah, I'm still seeing some pretty big stocks moving here. There's some big banks like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, stocks like that starting to pop up here. You can see good old WFC on my chart. Yeah, it's actually up quite a bit, up to around like 43.70 or something. That's actually a pretty good move there. Looking at other stocks though, honestly, that Redbox is now up 11%, guys. It just doubled here over the past like 30 seconds to a minute. So that's insane. Yeah, good morning, Bill. Good morning, Keisha. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it as always. And I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know mine was pretty nice. I'm Fierce said, hope your weekend was good. Let's smash this week. Yeah, for sure. Let's kill it this week. I'm Fierce. It's definitely time to get some big gains going here. Hopefully the market can start to go green. I know that it's been rough lately for the market, but you know, I think it has a good chance to try and go green at least, and hopefully we see that happen. You know, that would be nice. But overall, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the market right now. Obviously, we have a lot of big events coming up. That's going to be the big thing to look for this week, is all of those big market making events. So we're going to have a lot of big things, from Powell to the GDP numbers to interest rate decisions, huge earnings with Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. I mean, you name it. This is going to be insane. Keisha says, how do you think ZOM will do? XOM, nice. Let's see. As far as today goes, I feel like ZOM could end up popping back up. It had a pretty nice gap up this morning. Just be pretty worried. Just be pretty careful with ZOM. I will say there was a pretty big resistance around 88.50. I would say it could have a good chance to pop up, but it might end up going down. I know oil has been all over the place lately, especially the oil companies. So I don't know. It's hard to kind of like put like an accurate analysis on ZOM. Like I said, that oil market is really wild. So it's one of those things where like news really affects the oil market along with a lot of other factors too. So it's going to be a tough. It looks like today this thing's flying back to the downside. Let's see it on the 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, it gapped up. It's flying back down. Yeah. They have earnings Friday along with a lot of the other companies, Keisha. Here, let's look at the chart. Hang on one sec. All right, let's go look at that earnings chart really quick. Yeah, so you can see Friday we have Exxon, Chevron, Phillips 66. So 3 of those big oil companies there, which is interesting. But yeah, ZOM, as far as how will they do with earnings, I think that they'll do fairly good. Keep in mind that a lot of these oil companies have been doing great lately. They've been making a lot of profits. You know, they've been doing quite well with oil prices being so high. Now, they might have a bad outlook, though, because if they are forecasting oil or something like that to fall back down, you know, then they're in trouble. So I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but I think that it can be pretty good for Exxon, I think, on this earnings report anyways. Iranical says Meta looks good. Yeah, let's see. META. Oh, yeah, it looks like it looked better earlier. It did kind of turn back over here. It got rejected at 170 pretty hard. That is a pretty big rejection, so I don't know. Very hard to put your fingers on Meta, too. It's just like right in the middle of the range. I would say I'm probably leaning to the downside on Meta as of today, but obviously tech earnings later in the week could make me change my mind. It definitely could, and Meta does have a big support down here right around 168.50. Honestly, since we're so close, if you wanted to try to play calls back up, your risk reward will probably be great, because if we run back up to like 173 or something, that would be a pretty good gain on the stock and even a lot of options. But if we fall under, 168.50, you could just cut really quick for a 30-cent loss. So I don't know. Maybe it could be a good dip buy just because of that risk reward strategy right there. But personally, I don't think I'd buy this one up today. It doesn't really look the best. Redbox, though, is now up 23%, guys. 23%. That is a huge move. We talked about this one right at market open, and it has just continued to impress this morning, continuing to move up in an amazing way, up to 378. I mean, what an amazing move. Yeah, definitely let me know what other stocks you guys are watching besides Meta. I know the market's not really doing too much today to the upside, unfortunately. Let's go check out good old AMD, though. Yeah, I had AMD here right below $87, and this thing exploded down so far today. Hopefully it keeps running, because that is so far a pretty big move down, and that support break was awesome. I was just really eyeing that up and waiting for it. This was my free day trade in the Discord today, was AMD below $87, so be on the lookout for this. It already had a big move, but if we start to come back up here and then we touch 87 and reject off of it, that could be an amazing confirmation trade for anybody who's into that. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. I think it could be pretty interesting. We have X today, or U.S. Steel, kind of gapping up on the 5-minute chart, which is cool. U.S. Steel, they deal with metals, obviously. Obviously, the name. So you should give it away, U.S. Steel Corporation. But yeah, U.S. Steel is a very interesting company. They have a very rich history with like Andrew Carnegie, lots of steel companies and moguls like back in the day and stuff like that. Back whenever like the steel industry was, almost like the graphics card industry of the modern day market. Yeah, back then the steel companies ran the world almost. You got them tanks going, you got any type of weapons almost, anything, everything you steal. Bridges, that's during like the Industrial Revolution. But yeah, these companies were awesome, but obviously now if you look at US Steel on let's just go to like a 1-month chart, you can see how rough it's been since 1992, at least, since they came on the market. They were probably private or something before, or they spun off, or who knows. Keisha says, what's the momentum on Redbox? Any news? Honestly, I haven't seen any so far today, but, good idea, Keisha. I'm going to go check it out on the Thinkorswim news really quick. Let's see. Hang on. RDBX. Hopefully there's something big. Let's see. Oh, they were halted. Or are they halted right now, actually? Let's see. Yeah, I think they're halted right now. Yeah, they are. That's pretty big. We'll have to see when this one unhalts. Looks like it's going to be about at 9:41. Watch for that halt to happen. 9:41 at the 26th second, okay? Be on the lookout for that. 9:41:26. But yeah, looking at this today, that's a huge pop. I mean, that's awesome. But as far as the catalyst goes, I'm not really seeing anything right here, personally. Thinkorswim doesn't show anything. Let's see what they're saying. Yeah, I'm just not seeing any news here. I'm looking all throughout the Thinkorswim news. It's kind of crazy. I guess it's just running up today, Keisha. I know this one's been talked about for a short squeeze for a while now. Maybe that's why it's running up. I will say it got pretty close to support down here. It looks like it's posted looks like higher lows actually, which is pretty good as long as the stock keeps moving. But E says, hello all, thanks for the daily plays and the stream. Yeah, definitely, no problem, E. I appreciate it. Glad you enjoy those, and hopefully it helps out. So yeah, definitely let me know what stocks you're watching, E. That could be a good trade that we got going there. But yeah, thank you a lot. Nice to see you here this morning too. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Honestly, I had a pretty good weekend. I played some golf. I chilled out at home a little bit yesterday, watched some Shark Week at night. It was pretty interesting. they had a little Jackass Shark Week special on, and it was pretty funny. You know, these guys were like, this one guy jumped in the water and got bit by a shark, and it was hilarious actually. Or it happened last year. He actually got pretty messed up, but they were being silly, you know, those Jackass guys. But Palantir had a big drop down this morning. That's actually a bad thing to see, guys. Looking at my watch list today, we're definitely seeing more movement down than we are up. Poor Nvidia today had that sell off. We had AMD selling down too. Yeah, I mean this has been a brutal morning. AMD sold off to 86 after that break at like 87. So it had a nice 1 point move down, but it didn't really explode down or anything like that. I'd be looking for more of like an explosion personally to the downside, but it is what it is. Let's see. Honestly, like Beyond Meat's leading the way down here, 3.6%. Yeah, big drop off. A lot of these growth stocks today were dropping off the table a little bit. Twitter's actually not doing too bad. Let's see, DraftKings. DraftKings is back up in the green. Am I seeing this correct, guys? Oh my gosh, it's up 1%. You know what? I'm just gonna turn this one off before it turns around. How about that? That thing's gonna turn back around on us if we leave that on the chart too long. Oh, wow! Redbox is now up 37%. 37. It's gonna halt again, guys. It is gonna halt again soon if it keeps up at this rate. Wow, it's like short squeezing. No, Carlos, Powell does not speak today. He actually speaks later in the week. So, good call. I'll just go ahead and go over some of the Powell stuff here. So, yeah, Powell is going to be speaking at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, Carlos. So, be on the lookout for that 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. But then at 2 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday, we're going to get that interest rate decision. So, be on the lookout for that decision 30 minutes before he speaks. The market usually starts moving a ton when that decision comes out. And then obviously whenever he starts speaking, it still ends up moving even more. So it's going to be volatile, obviously. Be careful holding plays up into these events, guys. You need to be really careful with that. I've seen so many people get burned with these, so just be a little bit careful. Then we have that GDP growth rate Thursday, Carlos. So GDP growth rate Thursday is going to be huge because if we come in negative, that's going to technically on like a technical basis mean that we're in a true recession. So we'll have to see how that goes, but hopefully GDP comes in positive and then we won't have to really worry about that. And you can see that they're actually the consensus and the forecast are both positive. So hopefully we come in positive. If it is negative, whenever people are expecting positivity, we'll probably see a big move to the downside. So just hopefully this comes in positive somewhere like where it says here. If it is negative, that is going to be pretty worrisome there. Let's see. We have Ironical saying Meta is breaking out. META. Let's see. Good old Meta. Yeah, there we go. It popped back up this morning, which is great. Yeah, if it actually breaks above like 170.15 or something, I could see some big moves, Ironical. I will say I'm glad to see this one turned around because it was getting a little worrisome there at open. So glad to see that it, had some nice wicks. It had like 5 minutes of consolidation, but now we're back on the uptrend, aren't we? Ubi says, good morning. Hey, thanks for joining up, Ubi. Hopefully you had a great weekend. If you did, let me know in the chat. We can see some cool stuff here. Ubi says, isn't it guaranteed to be negative based on how the market has been? No, Ubi, no. That's definitely not a guarantee. Keep in mind that this is just some economic data. So keep in mind that the data can always change month by month and everything like that. Obviously, we need to see what happens here with that GDP growth rate, but see how it says consensus and forecast. So they're pretty much forecasting like 0.6%, and that's like a lot of different analysts. So we'll have to see how it goes, but yeah, they are not, it's definitely not guaranteed to be negative. Now, it could be negative, Ubi, but obviously keep in mind, like analysts look at a lot of stuff from jobs numbers to everything like that. A lot of the jobs numbers that have been coming out lately actually have not been too bad. So we'll have to see how they keep going, because as the Feds keep raising rates, that's gonna make things tougher and tougher. But overall, Ubi, yeah, it's definitely not guaranteed to be negative, and hopefully it's not. But if it is negative, that's where we need to be careful, and making a little bit of like a hedge bet or something like that heading into heading into some of these events on Wednesday and Thursday might be pretty good to do. And honestly, with all the crazy stuff going on between earnings and the Feds and everything like that, I have a weird feeling that we're probably going to see the market fly up. Like Powell will probably speak, and the market will probably fly up or something like that. And then right after, on the very next day with the growth rate, it'll probably come like flying down or something crazy. I don't know if that's how it's going to go or what, but I would probably forecast just lots of crazy movement over anything. But SM says, hi Tom, Apple, Tesla, calls or puts. Yeah, nice there. Let's go see Apple and Tesla. You're always asking about Apple and Tesla, SM. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So Apple this morning, they're hovering right around that 155 resistance. I would say if Apple could get a solid breakout up above like 155.20, then we could see some pretty good moves up. And I wouldn't be surprised if Apple did start breaking out. It's a pretty good stock. We have earnings later in the week, and Apple usually is a stock that usually does well on earnings. So I could see it doing pretty well. I will say, though, that resistance is pretty big. Honestly, I kind of like the little range that Apple's in right here if you are interested in this SM. So here, check this out. As far as levels for Apple goes, I think that you should just watch like these levels here. Bam. And then watch that low of day here right at 154. Boom. If we break below 154, I think that's going to be a big support intraday. And I think we could easily sell off to that low of Friday around 135.50 or even lower. And I think we'll probably go lower if we end up selling off below that. You can see, yeah, I like this setup to the downside actually. But if we do end up breaking out up above like 155, then I think that could be a pretty good play too. You can see it's in a bit of a range today. We've had bounces off of both levels, and like I said, just kind of consolidating there in the middle a little bit. But yeah, I like it overall. I think it's in a pretty good setup here, SM. And yeah, I would say just instead of playing calls or puts now, I would wait personally. I kind of like this little setup like this. I like playing these type of ranges, and yeah, I would wait for a solid move one way or the other and then maybe try to catch some quick momentum. J Deep said, did a big mistake swinging SPY over the weekend. Calls were down 50%, but luckily recovered by holding it till 8:39, then made some more recovery by buying calls and holding till 8:45. So cool. Hopefully that was what you did this morning, J Deep. Yeah, that's awesome. Nice little play today. So good job there, I guess. I'm glad you held out until it came back for you. That's good to see. But yeah, I'm glad you did okay. I know you said you made a big mistake, but you said it did recover, which is good. So yeah, I'm glad that it came back for you. Yeah, overall, holding over the weekend's always scary, J-Deep, especially on some closer term expirations, which I'm sure that those were, given that you said they were down 50%, but let's talking about the SPY today though. Yeah, it's still just like in that same like little range that like Apple was in, for example. Yeah, it has like a little range of its own going kind of between like 396 and 394. Like a little $2 area there. Actually not too bad. I kind of like this level here at 395. There was a few bounces there last week, and I'm actually going to place a little bit of like a level here. 395. Bam. Hopefully that's honestly guys, like that might be a good little bounce there off that support if this holds. This might be a pretty good play up here on SPY. Very interesting today. Lots of crazy setups. That's for sure. Let's see though. Oh my gosh, guys. Redbox is now up 65%. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, guys. Can't believe nobody said this in the Discord yet. That is insane. Wow. Yeah, that's a huge move up. All the way up to $5.04. I mean, that is insane. Wow, that's huge, but yeah, let's go see like what else is moving today. Holy crap. This stock is taking away the headlines. Man. Let's see, it got halted at 850. Oh man, that was just now. I was hoping it was almost done being halted, but nope. Looks like US Steel, which we talked about earlier, is also up today. Back up into resistance, which is cool. They have big resistance up around $20.60. So yeah, that's a pretty big move too. Yeah, big move right up into that resistance actually. Wow. Let's see, I know some of these oil plays are doing a lot better today, like Oxy, for example, Zom. They're actually pulling off some fairly decent gap ups today. JP Morgan and the banks are too. Like Bank of America, JP Morgan, got those stocks moving up, which is awesome. Glad to see these ones moving up off of these lows. I know we've been talking a little bit about banks the past couple of weeks, and it's awesome to see them moving up. Talking about Bank of America, actually, they have a huge resistance here, right around $34 even. I'm going to mark that on the chart. Yeah, like right around 34. That might be tough in the short term, actually. I'm not sure we'll be able to break that at least like today. You know, I feel like coming up this week though, with some of these big events on like Wednesday and Thursday, then we could definitely break this. I'm gonna really keep my eye on some nice consolidation here. Maybe try to dip by some of these banks before some of these events, at least average in a little bit, because they are low, guys, and you know banks are fairly unless like 2008 happens again, you know, banks are pretty good, you know, overall. Obviously 2008's an outlier. Banks were getting stupid with their loans. I actually just watched The Big Short over the weekend again, and you know, whenever you haven't watched one of those movies in a few years and you're, you know, in the market, you always pick up on new stuff every time you watch it. It's very interesting. Hadn't watched it in like a couple years, and you know, I started watching it again, and it had some really cool points I always missed out on. So really cool there. But let's see what stocks you guys are looking at today. Yeah, holy, Redbox is right, Ubi. Holy crap. That is a crazy move. Let's see. Oh, not RBLX, RDBX. That's right. Let's go back to it. Let's see. Is it almost unhalted? It should be unhalted here in just a couple minutes here, but yeah, that is insane. SM fan, I just realized I have a FOMO problem. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. Ubi says, how are you, homie? You sound a little tired. You should take a break every so often. Yeah, probably so. I mean, I just had a break all weekend. I didn't even realize I sounded tired. Sorry about that. I thought I sounded fine this morning, but hey, I'm not too tired though, which is good. Honestly, it's been a pretty good day in the market. This Redbox has me a little bit excited, I'll say. I mean, it's been having some pretty cool moves this morning. We're going to be unhalted here in about a minute and 23 seconds or so. So be on the lookout. I'm just going to leave it up here for a second here. That's funny, though. That's funny, though. SM's like, I realize I have a FOMO problem. Yeah, yeah, FOMO is real. That's for sure, Ubi. SM says you sound fine. Now I'm all conscious about it. No, I'm just joking. Drake says MSFT, though. Let's see. Hopefully I don't miss the opening on Redbox. Let's see. MSFT. Oh my gosh. What's up with this one? Down 1.11%, down below Friday's low of day. Pretty big support around 259. Yeah, it's having a pretty big move down below that. Good call, Drake. I think that'll be a pretty good one to watch today. Maybe for a dip buy up even if you see it starting to move back. RDBX, let's see. Get back to it. I want to see this reopening here. There we go. It unhalted. Let's see how it goes. Up 65%. Oh, is this going to be the top? Is this going to be the top? It looks like it might be. You know, as far as like a flag pattern goes, guys, I'm going to draw you something out here. Hopefully you guys like this. Let's see. Got a little line up to here. Boom. That's the flagpole. Got the little flag going. Then we got the secondary pole continuing up. So a little bit of like a flag pattern I kind of saw here. I don't know if you guys saw that either, but you know, kind of like the distance of this pole is kind of like the distance above that flag. Kind of interesting. I hope that that play ends up playing out a little bit better than what it's looking like right now. It's not looking too good. I hope Redbox can keep going, but it's been in a crazy pattern today. There we go. It's starting to get some green back. Hopefully it can go. I mean, I don't know what's causing this movement here. If it's short squeezing or exactly what's happening, but it's awesome here. Yeah, Ubi says it's been a while. Glad you're doing well this morning. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Ubi. Yeah, it's doing. I'm feel pretty well this morning. Hopefully you guys are doing great. I know I had a pretty good weekend. I was playing some golf. You know, got out there, had some fun. I will say though, the high by me it was like 105 degrees here in Missouri, so it was a pretty crazy weekend nonetheless as far as heat goes. But yeah, it was awesome. They had this thing called Cruise in Lindbergh on Saturday where all these guys go out and they like cruise in their cars down this one road and have like a big car show. So I took the Mustang out to that, had some fun. It was pretty cool. Saw a lot of old hot rods and stuff like that. That was a pretty fun weekend. Yeah, but Redbox is just consolidating up here at the top. Like I feel like there's a big fight going on here between people taking profits and people trying to buy up the stock, because I'm sure a lot of people who bought this stock early on this morning are going to start to get out here pretty soon. And once we see that, I think we're going to see some selling come in. So hopefully these bulls can take over and we can see a nice push back up above that high of day at 505, because there's a lot of consolidation here. And I definitely think that it's definitely possible that this can happen. I think it's definitely possible. Yeah, Ubi says 105. Stay hydrated. Drink some water right now. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I need some extra water. Yeah, I was out there. I was drinking let's see. I was drinking what's it called? Something like an IPA. I'm trying to think of the name, like Bird Dogs IPA or Beard Dogs, something like that. Some IPAs. So yeah, I was needing some extra hydration. We'll just say that, Ubi. SM says it's weird. SPY is going up and Apple's going down. Yeah, you know, let's go check it out, SPY. Yeah, you know, that is kind of weird actually. Let's go see Apple's chart now. See how they look. Yeah, that is a pretty big difference. Now that you're saying that, let's go to the heat map actually. Let's see heat map trading view. There we go. Yeah, let's check it out today. The heat map. Let's see why the SPY is going up. There should be some sectors here in the green. Oh my gosh, there's not really anything too good here. Like we have Nvidia down, we have Microsoft down, Apple's down. Wait, is Apple even in the red? Hang on. Apple's technically, no, it is in the red. Negative 0.37. Is this delayed? Hang on here. Let me refresh this. This must be delayed or something. I thought that the heat map was real time. Let's see. Dang, well that sucks. The rest of stuff on TradingView is in real time, so I don't know why it's not real time here. I guess it would be kind of insane to have it real time, but yeah, I don't know. Weird. But yeah, looking at the heat map though, overall the SPY doesn't look too hot, so I'm pretty surprised it's in the green actually. I'm not seeing too many things like that would really push this up, I don't think, today. Main thing might be banks. The banks are doing well, so that could probably be playing a big role. I know stocks like Caterpillar look pretty good. Um, Target, Walmart, stocks like that are like right around even to just slightly in the green. My watch list is more green than red. We have like Netflix up in the green too. Yeah, I mean, there is some stocks green, but yeah, you're right. I would definitely think that it's not looking the best either. So I don't know. Really weird. Let's see the QQQ. The QQQ looks a lot worse today, I think, guys. This one, wow. I'm not trying to scare anybody or trying to get anybody to run in the puts or, overexpose themselves or anything, but man, I really feel like that the QQQ, it looks like it's in a bad setup today. I don't know why it is looking the way it is, but man, this thing looks like it's just going to slide off the face of the earth. Man, I could almost say, man, if QQQ falls under $300, guys, we are going to see a drop probably. So just be on the lookout for that. That's going to be a big, very big support today. $300 on the QQQ. I'm actually going to screenshot this because really big play. I think this could be a good one, actually. A little 300 on the good old QQQ. No, it's actually looking solid. Yeah, Carlos says Dogfish IPA. That's what I'm assuming you mean, and they have 30 or 60 minute. Carlos says I'll start jogging to puts then. Yeah, yeah. Jog to puts. Don't sprint. Jog to them. Make sure that the market has some good momentum down. Make sure we see a nice break below some good levels first. I think that'll be a good way to go. Let's go see Redbox again. Oh, J Deep. Redbox doesn't even have options? J Deep said, I wish Redbox had options. I thought they did. Let's go see RDBX. They do. I'm looking at options. Oh, you're right. They don't. They have a chain, but actually, they have a chain for July. It's actually their July chain ends on the 29th. I will say though, these options are terrible. The volume is like non-existent, and yeah, I feel what you mean with those. The bid on all of them is like 0. It's pretty funny. Looks like Redbox might go up and try to break here, guys. Let's see. It's got another big green candle coming in to play. Maybe we can get a nice second one coming in and see a nice break there. That would be awesome. Yeah, Carlos, it wasn't Dogfish. I just looked up Dogfish. It's, man, beard dog. Bear Beer IPA. That's what it is. It's Bear Beer, I think. Bear Beer IPA. Yeah, it looks pretty crazy, the can did. Those IPAs always have some pretty crazy cans going on those. I will say that. J Deep says Redbox probably doesn't have volume because I didn't see options for him in Robinhood. Yeah, you're probably right, J Deep. That's probably why. If you're not seeing them and it's not on Robinhood, who knows? It's probably not on Webull either then. And yeah, it's probably whack. But yeah, the chain is kind of insane. I will say it's terrible. Honestly, only one of the options on the chain have volume today, and that's a $13 strike on Redbox. So $13 strike. I mean, that's pretty insane to say. But yeah, I definitely feel you with that. SM says any earnings plays today. Nothing too crazy, I will say. So after hours, the only thing that I think we really need to pay attention to is going to be Logitech, LOGI. They do report later, and I think they could be very interesting on earnings. Logitech has been a pretty crazy stock the past year. Obviously, another one of those like growth/tech companies that have just gotten destroyed. So they've had highs of, man, up around like 140, and now they're sitting at 54. That's a pretty big drop, and I will say their stock's looking pretty decent down here, so I'll definitely be eyeing them up. for another possible move. So that's the only one today, but I did notice, guys, Redbox started breaking again, so be on the lookout. Look at that 1 minute candle there. Now we're up 73%. 73%. That is insane. I cannot believe that it's up that high there. That's up to 522. Yeah, the Flash said in Discord that the options are restricted for Redbox, so interesting. But yeah, Redbox, there we go. I'll take that big move, 72%. I will say, hey, with the stock moving 72%, you don't even need options. You know, you can get some pretty big gains out of the stock if it's up that much. That's great to see. It's actually, yeah, that's an amazing move there. Yeah, that's huge. $5.40. That's awesome. Glad to see that with Redbox. See SPY here. SPY is like right around 394.70. SPY's having a little bit of a recovery here intraday too. Talk about Redbox. I mean, hey, SPY's having its own type of day here. Wow, yeah, that's great. Yeah, this is some amazing movement though here with the SPY today, guys. I mean, it's kind of cool to see it holding up. I mean, we had that big gap and then we fell all the way back down, but you know, we are holding up pretty well right here so far. This looks great. I mean, it's not great, but you know, for the rest of the market doing what it's doing here, I think it's pretty good. Definitely no Redbox though, that's for sure. Definitely no 87% move. What is going on with this stock? I mean, talk about a short squeeze. Holy gosh. J Deep says Meta gap down 70%. And then they said, I mean 0.70. Sorry. 70%. I was about to say, geez, J Deep. Nah, there'd be some halts coming in there. Oh, man. Meta did break the low, didn't it? Crap. That sucks. That sucks, that sucks, that sucks. I don't want to see Meta move but down below that, J-Deep. God dang it. I was looking at this on the chart here. I'm looking at Meta right here on this big support right around like 168.75 or right around like 169.50. And you can see there's been some good bounces here like in the past. And man, I'm really hoping Meta can hold on this support. If not, man, I feel like we could have a pretty bad sell-off. And you know, Snap just reported bad earnings, and now Meta has earnings reporting later here this week. Hopefully the bad moves are priced in, but oh, if they gap down again, I'm going to be very upset. But yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Definitely helps us out here. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet on the live channel, and smash hit that bell button as well so that you're notified every single time that I go live. Obviously, we go live every single morning at market open, so be on the lookout for that. If you're new here, like I said, smash that subscribe button. Yeah, and don't forget to hit that like, guys. That really helps out the stream, so definitely would be appreciated. SM says, thoughts on UPS earnings. UPS, yeah, United Parcel Service. We can check them out. As far as chart movement goes, UPS is right on pretty key resistance here, right around 190. Yeah, pretty key resistance here. The earnings are going to be on July 26th, so tomorrow. Let's see, is it tomorrow? Okay, so tomorrow before the market opens, We're going to have UPS, Coca-Cola, General Motors, General Electric, McDonald's, Raytheon, and a couple more. But these main ones up here are going to be the big ones. So UPS, yeah, I mean, I feel like that their earnings will be pretty good. I think UPS is a pretty solid company, and everybody has to do stuff with shipping. Now, I know Amazon just had Prime Day going on, and that might play a role. I'm not sure if it will or not. I know, obviously, now before you guys roast me in the comments, I understand Amazon has, their own delivery service now. But obviously, some people still ship through UPS and stuff like that. There's a lot of third-party sellers on Amazon and stuff like that, so you got to keep that in your mind too. But yeah, I wonder if that's going to play a little bit of a role. I don't think that'll be too important, but yeah, I think that their earnings can be pretty good though. I think they have a good chance to maybe pop SM. I like them better than a lot of other stocks right now. I don't think that they'll be hit as hard with like inflation and stuff. Obviously, higher gas prices can make a big role on UPS or play a big role. But then again, like my dad's business, they actually use UPS for a lot of stuff. And I know for a fact that they've been raising prices a ton. So we'll just say that something that used to cost like $10 a ship like 5 or 10 years ago now costs like $20 a ship or $30 even in a lot of cases. So it's pretty insane, even for like a small light package too. But and that's with commercial discounts. But hey, yeah, it's pretty insane some of those prices. But yeah, I think they can do pretty good though. SM personally, that's my own personal thoughts. So just take that with a grain of salt though. Keep in mind, I'm not like an expert with these shipping companies, so I'm going off of like chart movement and just off of like kind of like just overall market analysis here. But yeah, JD talking about Meta earlier. That's rough. They were doing pretty good, and then now they're gapping down again. It's tough to see them do that. Hopefully they can hold that support down here at the bottom, but they'll probably run up a little bit, then get rejected again. So I'm sure that's how it's gonna play out as usual. Not too surprising for me. Trying to find some bigger movers today here. Let's see, bigger movers, bigger movers. I mean, nothing's really going crazy to the upside, guys. I mean, I feel like everything's starting to fall off today. Like GameStop's falling off, Blink's falling off, AMC, AMD, Nvidia. I mean, goddamn, this is terrible this morning. Pardon my French there, but man, poor AMD. AMD, you know what happened, guys? I talked about AMD at the beginning of the stream, and I was like, watch it. It's gonna run up into our resistance, then get rejected and come back down. And I remember I said, watch for a nice rejection play there. It might be pretty good, and it could have been a pretty good one, I think. Now we're down to 85.70, running lower. I mean, wow, that's amazing. That's a big move down below support, though. They were consolidating at 86 after breaking below 87, and yeah, having a pretty good move down there. That's a big move down, though. Poor Nvidia's falling off with them, though. Nvidia's down 3.4%. I guess Nancy Pelosi buying it wasn't that good. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, Pelosi's husband put a lot of money into this one a while ago. 20,000 shares whenever he exercised some call options. I mean, talk about insane. That is a lot of calls to exercise. So, like, let's see. 20,000 shares, 100 shares per contract. Let's see. So, 10 contracts is 1,000. Man, like 200 plus contracts or something of Nvidia. That's pretty insane. That is pretty big, actually. Can't lie. Especially for Nvidia, because I think those options are still pretty expensive. Let's see. Let's go look at the options chain for Nvidia for, let's just say, September. September at the money is like $1,300. Actually, that's not as bad. Not as bad. I feel like a lot of those options might have obviously went down in price as Nvidia split, but wow, talking about good rejection, guys. Nvidia got rejected right on our area of resistance that we posted on the chart. That's actually pretty worrisome there. It's actually a pretty bad little setup going on. Yeah, that's not good, guys. Because if you guys are into technical setups, like the way that we're rejecting off of this resistance here is not too good to see. Hopefully, as we come down, we can hold around that 160 support, because that's going to be a pretty big area, I think, given everything that we've been seeing here today. J Deep says SPY trying to come back. Yeah, let's hope it does. Let's see. SPY, I mean, everything's going down today. How could this thing be coming back? Let's see. I hope it comes back, but the way today has been, it's been terrible to the downside almost. Besides that initial gap, SPY was holding its ground for a little while there, but now it's starting to, I think, come back to reality. Let's see if there's any big articles this morning on CNBC here. Let's see. Weber shares tank as grill maker announces CEO departure after disappointing sales. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. That's not good for them at all. The Mega Millions jackpot is $790 million. Here's the tax bill if it's won. $790 million on the Mega Millions, guys? Like, what? Who knows? It might not be worth. It might be worth getting one if it's that much money. Holy! I'm a statistics person, so I don't really believe in the lottery too much. But you know, if you only do it a few times a year, whenever it's really high, who knows? That might not be a bad trade-off. If you won this much, man, that'd be nuts. So let's see. They're talking about the. They're talking about a lot of the tax here. So the cash option, which most winners choose, is $464 million. And if you chose that, a mandatory 24% federal tax withholding on that amount would reduce your winnings by $111.4 million. So you would end up with, wow, something like 350 million instead of 464. I mean, hey, you know, it's free. It's a free 300 million, right? I'll take it, even if it's 100 million in tax. I'll take it. You know, I will say I don't understand the tax a lot on these lotteries, because it's usually like the state. You know, it's like a state-run lottery usually. So, or you know what I mean? Like the Mega Millions runs it or whatever, and then they have to pay taxes to the states and stuff. So I don't know. I'm a little bit lost that they have that big of a tax. Kind of annoying, but I don't know. And it says you could expect to owe more at tax time, but yeah, I don't know, guys. In this type of market with all the stocks low, I'd take my 350 million and put it right into the market. I could tell you that. I'd take it all. I'd probably take out like I'd take out like 50 million and put like 300 million in the market. That's what I would do. Go buy a house somewhere nice and get a few Ferraris, you know, get some stuff like that going, and then just chill out and enjoy my Glenlivet on the beach. That'd be funny. Oh man, Pretty good morning though. I mean, I'm having a good morning. Hopefully you guys are. Pretty good movement in the market. Pretty good moves out of some stocks like Redbox and a couple others. Some of these moves to the downside are awesome though. Like we're seeing some pretty good breaks down. Like I talked about with AMD, that one broke pretty low. Like a lot of these stocks had some great breaks down. So pretty cool to see that these stocks have been moving like that. At least they've had momentum. You could catch some good downwards plays. Don't be too biased one way or the other in the market. Always try to take what it gives you. That's what I always like to say. Take what it gives you. Don't try to force things. You obviously can't force things in a market. It's kind of like let's just say you're playing baseball, right? You're batting. Let's say you're playing somebody really good. Like let's say you're batting against Clayton Kershaw, let's say, and Clayton Kershaw is dominant that night. He's on fire and he's striking everybody out. Like you shouldn't probably go up there and start swinging it like all the first pitches, and stuff like that. You should probably just take what they give you on a night like that. Wouldn't really, don't try to go out there and force things. You can't really, you can't control things a lot. Like if the pitcher's good that day, you could try to force yourself to get hits and stuff, but it's not going to happen. And it's kind of like that with the market. You're trying to force plays, and sometimes, forcing plays can be very tough to do. So I know some people they'll say, I have to take 3 trades every morning, no matter what, or, I have to take a play today or something. It's like, no, you don't have to force everything. Just, take what the market gives you, play the charts, play the movement. Don't let outside forces dictate anything. I think that's a pretty good way to try to play it there. Drake says GME is leaning down. Yeah, it is. We have AMC going down, GameStop. Oh my gosh, GameStop's really flying down. The 33.66, Drake. Good call there, actually. That's a pretty bad drop. Let's see it on the daily. Yeah, looking brutal. Came right up to that $40 resistance lately, getting a big rejection off of that. Yeah, that's actually not good. Not good to see at all. Poor GME. I wouldn't think it was that low, but I guess it happens, obviously. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. This setup on GameStop, the daily setup, is just nuts. It looks like it's getting rejected pretty easily, though, at that resistance. I mean, that might be a pretty good little shorting opportunity, maybe, if you caught it at the right time. Of course, though, that's the main thing, is that timing, The timing is what I'm more worried about. Over everything, but... Oh, man. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's go see if we can see some good Forex today. Crypto. Let's see some crypto. BTC. Wow, Bitcoin's falling back down, guys. That daily's not looking too good here. Looks like we might come retest 20K or something like that soon. Yeah, it's starting to point to the downside. Definitely not looking the best, that's for sure. Yeah, pointing down. Wow. Yeah, getting pretty close to the end of the stream, though. If you guys are looking for any last-minute plays, or you want me to go over anything, just let me know. Obviously, tomorrow and the next couple of days are going to be a lot more important with everything going on. So don't forget to check out the stream tomorrow and the next day. Those will be some pretty big events going on, and I'll definitely be down to do some stuff there on those streams with you guys. So be ready for that. And then obviously don't forget Wednesday, we're going to have Powell speaking. That's going to be a very big event, and we'll probably see the market go insane that day, to say the least. So be on the lookout, guys. Lots of crazy events coming up. Here's the calendar if you guys want to screenshot this. You can see all the good earnings, and then, all of the big events coming up. If you want to screenshot this here, right here, then you can see all the big earnings whispers plays on the earnings calendar. And then there's even a monthly calendar that I'll wait a few seconds in case someone's trying to screenshot. But here's the monthly one. The monthly one shows all of next week's plays as well, and the week after that. Even next week, we have a lot of big plays, guys. Even next week, we have Activision, AMD, PayPal, Oxy, British Petroleum, Robinhood, Moderna, Block, or used to be Square, Datadog, AMC, Carvana, Twilio, Cloudflare, DraftKings. I mean, guys, DraftKings next week. Come on, there we go. That's a big stock. Can't wait to see DraftKings report. Hope they got some good numbers going, or should say they better have some good numbers. But Drake says, can you show us your trading view setup? 100%, Drake, 100%. So this is my setup here. Do you want to see my chart settings or something like that? Just let me know. I'm actually using, so like whenever you see all these oversold signals and you'll see a lot of different things like that on my charts, a lot of these things are in the stock algo. So we've been updating our stock algorithm lately, and we have a lot of cool things here. We have automatic support and resistance lines that are plotted, like you can see here on the chart now, like these red dotted lines, some of the green dotted lines too. Those are some pretty big areas of support, and they're automatically plotted. That's a new feature of the new algorithm, so that's really cool. And then we also have the overbought and oversold labels, which is great. So that's part of it too. You can see my indicators here on my invite-only scripts. It's the sentiment analysis there. You can see there's a few other ones here, like the stock algorithm. That's what you guys would have as a stock algo. I use the sentiment analysis because we had to make some edits to it because of the videos and stuff like that, because it can get a little confusing sometimes. But so Drake, to go to the algo, you have to sign up. Actually, let me get you a link real quick. You got to sign up, and then once you sign up, Mike will give you access to it. And then after you get access to it, then all that you have to do then is honestly just take the all you have to do is just take your TradingView username, give it to Mike, and then just go up to indicators, go to invite only scripts, and then just click it. So then you just click what it is, and it'll pop right up there. But yeah, let me get you a link for this one really quickly, just so you can check it out at least at minimum. Just you could at least check it out, see how it is. But yeah, let me go to SPY really quickly. Maybe we can see how the SPY is doing in the meantime. Let's check out that 1 minute chart really quick. Looking good. Kind of coming back up here a little bit, which is cool. That's pretty cool to see. Pretty good little recovery there intraday. Yeah, go watch this link though, Drake. It'll show you just about everything that you need to see with the algo. There's a ton of videos on the page. Mike actually has a really good video if you click this link, so just check that out, and he'll go over a lot of stuff, Drake. It's kind of cool. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you're JT. Cool. Sounds good. Glad to see you in here then, Drake. Or I guess I should say JT, but see, I might have sent the wrong link. Hang on. Nope, I got the right thing. Yeah, just check that out. There's a cool little video there that goes over it all. That's the cool thing in there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys joining up today. Seriously, I do. Thank you a lot, Drake or JT, of course. Thanks, J Deep, SM Fan, Ubi, Carlos, Vicky, of course, Keisha, Bill W, Iranical, Jamie, I'm Fierce. Pretty good day overall. I had a pretty good day on the stream. Thank you, E, as well. But yeah, pretty good morning. Lots of stocks had a lot of momentum. The SPY hasn't been moving the best, but if we look at like AMD and stocks like that, they broke below some pretty good levels today and had some pretty good runs to the downside. So could have caught some good momentum. But really appreciate you guys. Yeah, again, thank you, Vicky. Thank you, of course, as always. Have a great rest of your day, though, guys. Bring in those profits, and let's kill the market together this week. It's going to be a big week. Be prepared for all of these events. I'll be live every single morning. And don't forget to check out the YouTube videos at night. And guys, commenting on the YouTube videos really helps us out. If you guys want to go wild in the comments or something like that, just feel free. I'll appreciate it along with Mike. So go crazy down there in the comments. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. I appreciate you, and as always, bring in them profits.